Okay, so this time we're going to add a last effect on this, and then we will try to export it so we can use it in other 3D software or packages. So for example, I'll do a space bar, let's say water level. So water level is an effect that we can add to the whole. So as you can see, once I have added that, automatically, if I press number 1, so all of them are connected already. If I press number 1 or 3, simplify that. Right? So now, the water level is being applied here. I can right click this and drag it onto this 3D view. And as you can see, the water level is applied also, or previewed. Now the next thing that I'll do is in the properties, I can drag the water level to adjust it. And I can even adjust the darkness of the water depending on the color that I would prefer for it. The edge wetness, so how wet the land would be even if the water is at a low level. Distance, the spread of it. So it also adds, right? Really adds texture onto your scene. And then the blur. This is for the reflection. And then once we are done with that, I can test it here. Control Shift, right click and drag. Okay. So the next thing I'll do now is I will right click this. This is the last part of the material. So this is our final material now, since we have added the effect water level. Now for us to use this, I can press right click and then I will choose create and then outputs. If I click this, output nodes, it will ask me, create nodes for hidden connections. Of course, the answer is no. If you remember the things that we disabled earlier, such as the specular and even the diffuse color, those are things that we are not exporting for materials. So we will just answer here no. We don't need nodes for those. So now, whatever is here in our what you call this, in our material, it is now creating an output node where we can use, as I double click, it is starting to preview. See? So it is now creating materials from our base. Okay. So the next thing is for us, we can export materials in 2 ways. So the first one in exporting, or one way of exporting these materials, is we can export them. We can export this output as images or image textures. You can just go here and then you can choose export the outputs. Then here there are several questions. For example, where's the destination of this? I can click this option and then I can go to my desktop. I can go to my project folder and I can go to the folder where it should be. Let's say this folder. But what I will do is I will right click, create a new folder for it. Let's say ENV02. And then I will just select that folder. So that is where these materials are going. Next is I will set it as JPEG. I will keep this as it is. And then I will disable one of the materials, such as metallic, because I did not create any metallic material, more metallic information. and then I will check automatic export. So whenever I update this, it will automatically update the exports or exported files or overwrite them. After that, I can now go to export outputs, and then the export is done. I can close this. I can go to my folder in the desktop, in my project folder, in the texturing, the texture, and then here it is, the environment, and here are my grabs, my textures. So the base color, ambient occlusion, height, mask, normal, substance. So another way of exporting this is to export it as materials or as substance materials themselves. Another way of exporting this is also by publishing it. So this will become a substance file, or this is going to become a substance material file, which wherein we can import into other 3D softwares. For example, here in this option, I can click this graph, and then I can just go here, and then I can go here, and it says here to publish. So in this publish option, I can select this whole package and then click the publish option, and here it is. It says publish sbsar file. So this means if I click this, it will publish this file as a substance material file. So I'll just go to the project folder, desktop, and into my project folder, in my environment 02 folder. So I will be saving it as an substance sbsar file, publish. So after that, I can go directly. So there it is. On the next lesson, we will apply this material to our 3D scene. I'll see you on the next lesson.